Hey friends in beauty, if you're a professional makeup artist or beauty pro who is tired of juggling multiple tools to run your business, I got great news for you. Beauty Pro Funnels is here to simplify your life and take your business to the next level. Unlike other platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or Acuity, Beauty Pro Funnels was created by a makeup artist for makeup artists. This is the world's first all-in-one software that helps you book clients, sell your products, and even launch courses all in one place. No need for separate subscriptions that drain your wallet or tools that don't speak your language as a beauty pro. With Beauty Pro Funnels, you're not just getting another booking tool. You're unlocking the ability to create multiple revenue streams, so whether you're behind the chair or not, you're making money. Imagine accepting bookings, selling your beauty products, and offering courses all without the stress of managing separate systems. That could be a big headache. Let me break it down to you one more time. Your website, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your portfolio, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your booking site, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. And your e-commerce site, host it in Beauty Pro Funnels. Want to offer beauty courses or digital products? You can sell them inside of Beauty Pro Funnels, and you'll be able to send invoices, digital contracts, newsletters, and do all of your marketing directly from your Beauty Pro Funnels account. It's mind-blowing. Listen, you're going to save hundreds of dollars every single month by replacing over 10 platforms when you make the switch to Beauty Pro Funnels like Wix, Squarespace, Acuity, WordPress, Vagaro, Honeybooks, 17 Hats, Dubsado, MailChimp, Klaviyo, Kajabi, DocuSign, even Shopify. It's crazy. I know you got at least one of those. And here's the best part. Tayana and her team spent over a year building plug-and-play templates into your account for pretty much everything, so you never have to start from scratch at all. So all of your appointment confirmations, reminders, and payment reminders and stuff like that for your clients, they have already been written out for you. You can even gather reviews and referrals all on autopilot. You'll free up so many hours of time each week so you can focus on what you love, your artistry. Plus, with their mobile app, you can manage your entire business from the palm of your hand. Send invoices, schedule appointments, and even take payments on the go. I believe in Beauty Pro Funnels so much that I recently moved the Friends of Beauty site to Beauty Pro Funnels, and I am loving it. It's a game changer because it's not just a platform. I swear it is like having your personal business assistant designed specifically for makeup artists and beauty pros like you. So here's the deal. If you want to see what all the hype is about, visit getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends to get a personalized tour and see how Beauty Pro Funnels can transform your business today. That's getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends because you deserve the best tool for your beauty business.
So I worked with them before the season started. We worked together to design a game day look and a glam look for the team. So we did, like a live lesson. All the girls were present. I was present, pulled out the kit and really walked them through how they can incorporate the latest beauty trends, as well as like surefire beauty techniques. Mm-hmm. You had so many brands popping up, entering the market space as new brands that were online only, or they had like these grab and go like end caps or small gondolas where you didn't necessarily have a beauty expert on hand to show you what was in it for you. Mm-hmm. So I decided at that point, whatever technology I created, I wanted to make sure it was consumer centric and it helped lead consumers to the right beauty product for them. Mm-hmm. There really isn't tangible beauty for certain demographics. So as much as I love like the glamour and all the things that come along with the industry, a lot of times things can be heartbreaking when you see girls going to school and being teased because of their lip gloss they have or lack thereof, or because they don't know, how to maintain and practice proper self-care. Like it's is
Mm.
something that's completely unacceptable as it pertains to like my values and my viewpoint.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty here, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on today's episode, I have the pleasure of having Shay Bailey in the Friends in Beauty guest chair. So Shay is a former M.A.C makeup artist of 13 years with over 20 years in the beauty industry, y'all. She is the founder of the My Beauty Kit app, which is a mobile platform designed to help users learn about beauty products, get personalized recommendations, and access expert beauty advice through features like tutorials, live lessons, essentially acting as a digital beauty guide to boost confidence in one's beauty routine. You know the girls need this. Shay B is helping all of the girlies get into their makeup bag, and we love to see it. Welcome to the Friends of Beauty podcast, Shay.
Hey, hey, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to talk to you because this app, I just already know is what the people need. From makeup artists to makeup artists, we already know our clients be struggling when we are not with them.
Yes.
So I'm so excited to learn more about it for real.
Yes, yes, girl.
Yes, well, before we jump into it, we're going to start off with some icebreakers just to get us warmed up and so the Friends of Beauty audience can get to know you a little bit outside of what you do professionally.
Okay.
So give us three random facts about you first.
Oh my gosh. Three random facts. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, and I've lived in Michigan my entire life.
Okay.
I am married to my high school sweetheart, and I was born on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Okay. So the last fact, I mean, she's an Aquarius, period. I'm an Aquarius too.
Yes.
My birthday is February 4th.
Oh, yay. Okay. You know
Yeah,
that
February.
Aquarius energy.
I
Yes.
do. And my brother, I have a brother that's born on Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool. And kind of similar to you, I'm born and raised in DC, and I have not lived outside of DC my whole life, but we'll see.
Yes, yes.
I love it. What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from what you do professionally?
Oh my gosh. People always say, so I think my creativity extends beyond beauty, and that happens with a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I love like decorating my home, decorating my spaces. So my friends will always say, "You need to come over and help me. You need to come over and help me, figure out how to put a few things together." So
Yeah.
I would say just being creative outside of the beauty space and
Hmm.
instilling into like my home, the way I accessorize my space and myself. I love accessories.
I love
Listen,
it.
I'm an accessory girl.
Okay, I love this. So the creativity boils over into other areas. Yeah, that is
Absolutely.
true. I love that. Okay. When is the last time that you did something for the first time? Have you had any new experiences lately?
Oh my gosh, that's such a big question. The last time I did something for the first time would have to be, oh my gosh. Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is eating caviar.
Okay.
So my husband and I love DC. We were
Okay.
in DC and we were at a restaurant and they served caviar as like a part of their bread you would get somewhere else. They
Yeah.
brought over a little caviar and I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. I'm doing this. And I just did it. I was like, you know what? You live once. Everybody keeps saying that this is such a delicacy. So why not?
What did you think?
So the good thing is I did not chew. So I didn't get a lot
It
of
would have been
flavor,
popping in your
which I'm
mouth.
happy about. And they had like these little chip things. So I think I just sort of got more into the flavor of the chip than the caviar because I was sometimes I have my palate is strong, but sometimes my
Yeah.
palate is like a toddler. So I was a little scared. So it was an experience. I can't say I'll ever order it again, but I did it.
That is so funny. I had another guest, Mika. She said the same thing a few weeks ago. She said she tried caviar for the first time, and she was like, "And I would not be trying it again. Like I'm good. I'm good on caviar."
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I love it. Let me see. Do you have a current mini win or highlight or milestone? The year's almost over, but like a milestone or I don't know, something big that happened this year that's like leading up to a bigger goal.
Oh my gosh. So I have to say, this year has been so good to me. Like, it's been, being an entrepreneur, growing something new, building something that you've never seen built before. It's
hmm
rough. So I will say 2024 sort of gave me like a ton of confidence in to keep going. So the biggest milestone that happened this year would be my partnership with the Detroit Pistons dance team.
Yeah.
I mean, it was and it's funny because it was just a shot in the dark. I ran into a friend of mine from college, and he was talking about how, great, business is looking, people, follow you on social, so they see all the highlights. And he works for the organization. So I took the shot and I pitched myself. I then pitched myself to the director of the dance team, and now we have a partnership for the 2024-25 season. So that's been so
That's amazing.
phenomenal. Like the dancers are absolutely amazing. So to have like to go from being a solopreneur and pretty much spending my days like, solo to having like these 18, super energetic, super, welcoming women just embracing me and my brand has been
hmm
a real highlight. So the season just started
Uh-huh.
maybe a month or so ago. So definitely a huge milestone and accomplishment for me and my beauty kit.
Yes, congratulations on that. And that's just a testament of like just being persistent and like going after the things that you want and not less necessarily waiting for them to land in your lap. Like you gotta shoot your
Yeah,
shot sometimes. And I love
yeah,
when you get those results like that.
yeah.
Absolutely. So if you weren't the founder of My Beauty Kit right now, is there, I know you do a lot of other things, but is there anything else that you could see yourself doing right now, career-wise?
So if I wasn't in the beauty space, right? Because I've been in the beauty space for so long, like I fell into it after college and I never left. Next year will be 20 freaking years. I can't even believe it.
Crazy.
So if I wasn't in the beauty space, really, I've always wanted to be in journalism.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's funny because when I say 2024 has been good to me, I've also had an opportunity to do a little beauty journalism correspondent work with
Yeah.
our local news station here this year, which is a huge, like, I mean, I was just it's such a exciting thing for me because I actually started going to college for journalism. So the
Oh,
fact that it
wow.
came full circle through my beauty career was really exciting. So if I wasn't in beauty, I'm totally a news nerd. I watch the news every single day. I could literally watch cycle after cycle, same story told different ways over and over, never get bored. So if I
Wow.
wasn't in the beauty space, I could definitely see myself working in broadcast journalism.
I really enjoyed that a lot. I done saw the clips of your time on the news. How was it? How did you feel up there? Did you feel like things were moving in slow motion? Or
Oh yeah,
did it
you
like
you
go?
practice. You think that you know what you're gonna say. You get up there and you it just all falls out of your mouth, and then after
Yeah.
you're like, what did I
Yeah.
say?
What? Oh
So
my God.
one, it does help that I've been in the industry for so long because I think that my responses are natural and not rehearsed. So even though, I completely have a brain freeze or just, get up there and just go, I think that
Yeah.
it still reads very natural and authentic because it is coming from within me. Like it's unrehearsed. And I don't even rehearse anymore. Like I used
Yeah.
rehearse all that, like, no, because you're not going to remember any of it. So
Never.
it's been really great. Our local news here in Detroit is really like top tier. You feel like you're watching national news from a production production standpoint and just the professionalism and experience of our newscasters. So it's just an honor to stand next to them and be able to communicate and draw in an audience and all those things. And they are so nice. Right.
Yeah.
Like they're like warming me up beforehand. We're chatting a little bit just to make sure I'm super comfortable. So yeah, the experiences have been really, really nice and just fruitful for me. So much so that I am going after, some more opportunities for 25
That's great.
locally and nationally. So, say a couple words of prayers for you, girl.
I got you. Prayers going up for sure. That is fantastic. I want to circle back to that's the end of the icebreakers. I want to circle back to the Detroit Pistons dance team because that is such a big that's a big deal. So what exactly are you doing with the team through is it through like your beauty brand or is it through My Beauty Kit?
So it is through My Beauty Kit.
Got
And the reason so is because, well, let me back up and I'll talk about what I do with the girls, and then you should probably see it'll come together as far as the integration with My Beauty Kit.
got you.
So I worked with them before the season started. We worked together to design a game day look and a glam look for the team. So we did, like a live lesson. All the girls were present. I was present, pulled out the kit and really walked them through how they can incorporate the latest beauty trends, as well as like surefire beauty techniques into
Mm.
the way that they do their makeup so that it lasts long, it's camera ready, like all the good things. So we designed the look and we did the lesson. As far as what I do on a continual basis, so basketball has a ton of games. I mean, it's the seasons are really deep. So and when I say we, it's me, My Beauty.
Yeah.
We look to be present and on hand for as many games as possible. And during those games, we work with the girls. Some of the girls, may say, "Oh my gosh, Shay, like, can you help me? Like, can you do this look on me today?" Or, "Oh my gosh, can you please put my lashes on?" Like they're just not lashing today. So I'm
Yeah.
there on hand, like literally being their beauty bestie as they prepare to take the stage, every single home game. So
Yeah.
that part of it is super exciting. They're also like mini ambassadors for My Beauty Kids. So they have our little merch bags. And I work with Ulta. I'm currently working on a partnership with the Lip Bar so that the dancers have, all the new and the necessary beauty products available to them. So that could mean, me going to Ulta, on a shopping trip for 18 girls, grabbing stuff they need, taking it back to them, passing it out to them, showing them how it works. So it's really being like their in-house beauty expert, beauty bestie, if you will. And we're having a ball with it. I think it's something that is, I want to say new. I think you always have beauty educators or makeup artists, I'll say,
Yeah.
around professional sports teams, especially like,
Hmm.
the women who are getting glam. You
Yeah.
always have that, right? So they're used to that space. I think what
Hmm.
makes the partnership with My Beauty Kit a little different is it's that layer of education. It's
Yeah.
that layer of, let me show you, let me teach you, and then let me bring some of these products and these brands into you. So that's the little difference with My Beauty Kit. So I'm super excited to work with them. We're perfecting the way that we service them, and hopefully we'll be able to roll out this model to other professional teams in the future.
That is so fire, Shay. Like everything, I'm just over here, just like my heart is just like smiling so big because the education part is what is missing from a lot of those things. Like you said, we can go in and glam them up, and they can look beautiful for game day, their pictures, and all those things. But it really is the education behind the application and the products that they're using, how they work together, and just having you there to curate a look for them. Like that is just so fire.
Yeah, see, I love the way you just said that. You made it so, yes, curating a look for them. And I'll tell you the great thing about they're about it being a partnership with My Beauty Kit. Inside the app, private groups can have their own like internal communication, their own lessons. So all of the Pistons dancers, they have the app on their phone. I can upload inspiration pics. I can send over classes that are exclusive to them. They're the only ones that can join it.
Oh,
So that's another caveat. If I'm not there, boots on the ground, there's always opportunities for us to connect and learn right through the app.
that is so cool. So after so many years in the beauty industry, why tech? Why did you choose to go into tech?
Oh my gosh. So literally, I've told this story before, so I won't get into the weeds of the story, but essentially, I had been with M.A.C Cosmetics at that point for about 12 years.
Hmm.
And working in retail beauty, it's brutal, right? It has so many highs, but it also is taxing on you physically, mentally. And my family was growing. I had just had my third daughter.
Hmm.
And I was sitting on vacation with my husband, and I thought I really had to struggle to take that vacation, not because my supervisor didn't approve it, but because I had so many responsibilities at the time.
Hmm.
I literally had to work my like around the clock just to get the time off to go on vacation. And then I was dreading going back that following Monday because I knew all the things that were waiting for me.
Yeah.
So I was sitting on vacation and I just said, man, like, should I leave beauty? Like, is that it? Like, have I like burned out? And I
Yeah.
thought, like, I don't want to leave beauty, but I want to be a part of like the future of beauty. Like, I want to like usher in like what this looks like for the next generation, the next decade. Like, I've done this. I worked at every level of retail beauty, from your MAC girl at the counter, ready to beat your face, all the way to, counter manager, regional manager. Like, I had done
Um,
so many roles. I wanted to be a part of what was next. So obviously technology is the future of where every industry is going. So this
Yeah.
was in 2019, and I remember there was no beauty tech landscape to my knowledge at that time. So
Hmm.
I remember thinking like, man, I love beauty. I don't want to leave. I want to be a part of the future of beauty. Like, how can I incorporate technology into the consumer beauty experience? Because that's where my expertise lies, right? Like, I'm
The
all about
consumer.
customer service, all about education. So I literally thought it has to be something that's consumer driven. How can I incorporate technology? And literally right there on vacation, started to just doodle notes
Yeah.
of what I could do. And literally, my husband, it wasn't even a year later, right? Those notes sat in my phone, and he came to me and he's like, "What happened to that idea you had?" And I
Uh-huh.
said, "Oh, well, yeah, I still have it in my phone." And he was like, "Let's do it." And
Mm.
literally, I've been learning about technology, having all the pain points of not coming from the tech world. I'm not a technical founder.
Yeah.
However, I've learned so much over the past few years. I've had so much great support that, now we're here. Now I have a beauty tech brand that I'm growing, and I'm just super excited to share with everyone.
Yeah, that is so exciting. So when you were doodling down your notes, and I know you said you come from the counter world and the consumer and everything like that. What about, I guess, what was going on at that time as far as consumers and how they were approaching products and all of those things made you decide on this concept in particular, for My
Mhm.
Beauty Kit, if that makes sense?
So, excuse me. So, what was going on at the time? That's such a great question. So, literally, at the time, I personally was in the process of opening several Ulta locations for MAC. So, when I
Oh,
came back
okay.
from maternity leave, MAC announced that it was going to expand into Ulta Beauty. So
Oh, okay.
literally, it was like full speed ahead. I came back and my supervisor said, okay, these are the locations. This is what we're scouting. Need you to go to these locations, recruit teams, you know, really, open these locations. And I was no
Yeah.
stranger to opening MAC locations. I opened several Macy's freestanding store and Nordstrom locations in the past. but I'd never gone into a retailer like Ulta. That was something that was very new for M.A.C. We hadn't been in what's called a specialty retailer before in the
Hmm.
US. So it was a very unique experience. Something that happened during that time, I opened the doors that I was responsible for opening. And then I scheduled sort of like a tour to tour them all, just to see how things were going.
Yeah.
And when I went to tour them all, I kept hearing something very specific from the consumers. And it was something that I hadn't heard before because M.A.C was in in department stores where there was, pretty much someone always there to help you. So I started hearing from consumers, "Oh, I'm happy you guys are here, but I have no idea what to get. I'm
Yeah.
happy you're here, but the teams that you have, they don't work 24/7." Because we did have teams inside of Ulta, like trained M.A.C artists that worked inside of Ulta, but
Yeah.
it wasn't to the level that our consumers were used to seeing us in the past.
Mm.
So I kept hearing that over and over. And I was like, oh my gosh. And listen, this wasn't unique to M.A.C, right? You had so many brands that were expanding from mass retail I'm sorry, expanding from specialty retail to mass retail. You
Hmm.
had so many brands popping up, entering the market space as new brands that were online only, or they had like these grab and go, like end caps or, small gondolas where you didn't
Right.
necessarily have a beauty expert on hand to show you what was in it for you.
Hmm.
So I decided at that point, whatever technology I created, I wanted to make sure it was consumer centric and it helped lead consumers to the right beauty product for them.
Got you. Got you. Oh wow, that's amazing because like we hear it all the time, especially with certain, I don't want to name certain retailers, but people go into these stores sometimes and they can't find what they need, or maybe
Yeah.
the service is not up to par where they're getting what they need. To have an app where you could just get the suggestions based off of like your personal profile is like a game changer. I feel like it's gonna be a game changer for a lot of people because people want to get into beauty. So many people are so interested in wanting to participate in beauty, but have no clue where to start, like you said, like especially when it comes to like complexion and just all the things. They be struggling.
And you know what's funny too? Like sometimes people say to me, well, why not just, people could just go on YouTube or people can, and that's totally there, right? Like all
Hmm.
the things are happening across social media channels. But the one unique thing about my beauty kit is the lessons are, the topics are preloaded. So you can register, you can attend, you can participate, and it's when I tell you consumer responsive. So even the idea of having live lessons, that was not something that was a feature we had considered.
Hmm.
We rolled out live lessons last holiday, so it's been a year now, but last holiday we expected to just do a couple of lessons, teach people a little bit about holiday makeup, and it turned out to be our number one feature.
Wow.
So we immediately, shifted course. We started to load more lessons in, get creative with how we could teach. And the lessons are super digestible. They're only 15 minutes, right?
Okay.
So for someone who's beauty curious, they don't have to feel overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, like, do I bake my under eyes? How do I highlight contour? Like, what is it like? They're not overwhelmed by these full glam beauty looks. Literally, it's everyday bite-sized techniques that they can build upon, um, session over session over time. So that piece of it, I think, is just very responsive to where consumers are now when it comes to shopping and looking for, their newest or latest beauty product.
Yeah, for sure. Was it hard to develop the app? Like, are you doing the app as far as like coding it, or is it more of like a build it yourself type of app?
So, oh my gosh, was it hard? This has literally been the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I don't come from technology. So I have to dream it up and then talk to the developers and the coders like, okay, how can you get this as close to what I've dreamed up? Like, talk
Hmm.
me through that. So I'm learning at every stage. I've actually become a lot more technical. I'm very proud of myself.
Okay.
I can easily work behind the scenes of the app. deploying various features or things that need to take place
Mm-hmm.
without calling in the development team. So that I'm very happy about. Right now, the app is not a full coded app. It's on a low code platform, which if
Okay.
you're out there and you're looking to create an app, that would be my recommendation. The first app I created, so let's be clear, this is
Okay.
my beauty kit part 3.0.
Okay.
So the first one I created was literally a fully coded app, and I could not get it to do what I needed it to do. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the fault of my developer. It wasn't the fault of anyone else. It just took so much coding that
Yeah.
I couldn't even test it and get it to do what I needed it to do. Then we launched 2.0, and 2.0 was better, right? It got us there, but I still needed, and I was very dependent on developers to answer my customer need, to answer the
Mm-hmm.
need. Finally, I said, okay, I can't live in this world. It's super distracting. I want to be with the
Yeah.
people. I want to test and try features that they give me feedback on. I need to get on a low code platform that I can operate myself. So if
Mm-hmm.
anyone out there is considering building an app or getting into technology, there are so many amazing no code and low code platforms you can use that are
Yeah.
super cost effective
Yeah.
to get your product to market. So don't do what I did and wait until the third time to make that decision, because it's been the best decision. The app I have right now is I'm very proud of it. Very, it's it took a minute to get here. So that would be my learning lesson, and that I would want to spread to anyone looking to build anything from a technology standpoint.
Yeah. I fancy myself to be a techie. Like I have an IT degree that I never got to use because I went into the beauty industry and everything. So
What?
I'm low key, like, I used to love like programming. Like, that's what I wanted to do, program stuff. Like, I was really good with the if this, then that, like, type of thing. Like, if you click this button and I used to be so bomb at
The
that. Like,
jump
in college,
logic. Oh my gosh.
I used to be so good. So I'm really into like techie type of stuff. And I actually took like a free, just to see what she was talking about, a free, class one time with apps without code with Tara Reid. She has her
Mhm.
own her thing. So I was like, ooh, that is super easy. It's doable depending on what kind of app you want to do to get in there, like low code, no code, and like really do some things.
Okay, I did not know that about you. I'm very I'm very glad to
Yeah.
know this now. Like the intersection of beauty and tech, like that's I'm so glad I know that.
I'm always trying to think of things that I could do too, like tech wise, or like you said, the future. Like you want to be in the industry, but then like as far as sustainability, and then like you said, you're just getting older. You don't want to be, I don't know if you still take clients, but like lugging around a kit and chair, like
Girl,
all
I
of
have
that
like
stuff.
4 or 5 clients. I
I was
call them
like,
my private clients. I can't let them go.
I
I
was
hold on to
like,
them and they hold on to me, but that's pretty much the extent of it,
yeah,
unless it's like some B2B, like, beauty education meets artistry type thing. But
yeah, but
absolutely,
no clients, like no regular like artistry.
no. Mm-mm.
For how long
I
though?
have a Rolodex of amazing artists I'll recommend you to. But, any, again, I have my few that,
Hmm.
we just have a love thing going on. So I service them. But as far as like being able to handle a incoming or a new client book, I wouldn't be able to provide the level of customer service I want. That's
Yeah.
really what made me decide, Shay, you gotta like let it go. Like I said, I have 3 daughters. They have so many activities. They are all over the place. I travel a lot with my beauty kids. So I would never
Mhm.
want a makeup, someone dependent upon me to be their makeup artist, and I'm just never available.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. My clients be low key shook. I told them like I just enjoy this space so much, like similar to you, like the journalism and the interview. I just enjoy this space so much that I'm like, I just feel myself kind of slowly creeping away from application because I still do take clients and everything, but I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to my clients that are existing and then let the recommend the rest out.
Listen, and these new makeup artists, I'm like, y'all are killing it.
They
Like
are.
I don't have half of this new skill and technique that, that they bring to the table. Like it took I mean, I had to like Google what is baking. Like why are we baking?
Why are
Like
we
what
doing
are we
this?
doing?
Yeah.
Like I'm old school. So, there's definitely enough makeup artists to go around. But I will say, with that being said, there is still such a information and just understanding gap as it pertains to the growth of beauty tech.
Mm,
Like when it depends, literally, I just came back from Afro Tech, right? Phenomenal, amazing, loved it. Like when when I saw beauty there, I was like running, like, oh my gosh, there's a beauty mixer, or there's this or that, because oftentimes when I'm in these tech spaces, those people don't get the beauty industry,
mm,
right? Like they don't get how powerful it is. They don't get how large the opportunity is, how large the market is, how it touches every single household. And
yeah.
there's not one person that does not play in the beauty space. Doesn't matter
Mm,
what your, end look is, like you're in the aisles of beauty. So it's just interesting how there's still such a large gap as it pertains to beauty and technology.
yeah, for sure. And that's a big opportunity for people like us that know about beauty to consult
Listen,
and like really get in there and like make some things happen. Ooh, that's
mm.
exciting.
Listen, we have
Love
more to
it.
talk about.
I love it. So how does the app work? Is it a charge to download the app? Like or do you have different tiers and stuff in there?
So right now, the users can download the app and navigate through it at no cost at all. It's absolutely free to download, free to set
Uh-huh.
up your profile, free for you to register for any lesson or navigate through the app.
Yeah.
Where there'll be a charge at a later date is once we start to introduce advanced features, like the premium features of right now, we're working on a AI component that'll be a premium feature. We're working on a content creation component, which we're super excited about. This is my first time saying that out loud. So there'll be a couple of premium features that you'll see come down the pipe next year. But right now, go download it. It's available on iOS as well as Google Play Store. You can completely navigate through it at no cost. Shop our Amazon faves, shop our merch shop, like just really experience it, immerse yourselves in it. And if you have any thoughts or feedback on how we can make it better or lessons that you'd like to see, we are super open to that.
Yes, I love it. Do you have any other dream brands that you like to partner with? I know you mentioned like the Lip Bar and
Oh my gosh. So
Ulta.
listen, Fenty is like killing it. Okay. Like I would absolutely love to see a brand dominate in the beauty space like Fenty become one of our partners. Also, some of your legacy brands like your L'Oreal. I had an opportunity to connect with L'Oreal at Afrotech, which was super exciting.
Right, they
My
be
old
everywhere.
stomping ground, right? Like Estee Lauder Companies is the umbrella for so many brands like M.A.C. So I would have to say, first off, I would love to see Fenty. Second off, L'Oreal just has such a great way of connecting with consumers, and they're really testing technology from a consumer standpoint. So they're on my list as well. And we do have a new partnership coming down the pipe. We're hoping that the integration will be available next year. I'm sorry, before the year ends.
Okay.
And that is with Myavana Hair Care.
Okay.
So Myavana is a textured hair tech company that utilizes technology to let consumers know which beauty products or which hair care products are best for their hair type. And we're excited about this because I come from the world of color cosmetics. So that's
Hmm.
typically what our lessons center around. However, we get so much feedback about our users wanting hair. They're
Oh,
like,
wow.
are there going to be some hair classes? Can you tell us about hair? Like they want hair, and I don't come from the world of hair. I know
Right.
I have hair, and I have three daughters with a lot of hair, and I pay to get all of our hair done. Like
I
I'm
know
not
that's
a
right.
I'm just I didn't get both. I only got makeup.
Right.
I didn't get
Not a
hair.
hair and makeup
So
artist, just a makeup artist.
yes,
Okay.
I'm not a double threat, not a double threat. So, we've had a relationship for a really long time with the founder of My Ivana, and we were able to come together and partner on an integration for my beauty kit that I'm super excited about. Again, we're expecting the launch to happen before the end of the year, and that's super exciting because it'll bring that hair component to our users.
Yeah, this is exciting. You on the roll. Call her
Listen,
butter. She on a roll, y'all.
listen, working.
Working, working, working. How are you funding this venture? Are you using like personal funds? Are you getting like crowdfunding or anything like that?
Oh, great question. So started out all personal. So definitely again, another lesson learned that I recommend to anyone starting out in this space or anyone looking to start any startup. See if there's funding out there available to you. There's so many local organizations that want to fund your idea. So
Mhm.
I definitely started out funding it, being self-funded. Once I was able to partner with a couple of organizations here locally, one being Tech Town Detroit, Venture 313, so many great organizations. Invest Detroit, they were able to find grant money, non-dilutive money, to help me get to the stage I'm at now. Now we are in the process of um, shopping our idea to VCs, which,
Yeah,
that's such a big step. But again, we've had such a phenomenal round of traction in 24. We feel like this is the perfect time with the new features and product development ideas that we have down the pipe. This is the perfect time to entertain venture capital. So we're in the process right now of shopping our ideas. So we'll have hopefully some big players funding our next steps so that we can bring even more to our users in the years to come.
yeah, that's really exciting. I'm all about other people's money. I won a couple of grants. I won a grant, a good one this year from L'Oreal and NAACP.
Yes, congratulate. That one is huge.
Yeah, I was really, yeah, and that was the first one that I applied to on my own, and I won. But now I've kind of like tapped into some other resources of like grant writers and stuff like that, that helped me with my proposal. But I have been screaming grants from the rooftop like this whole
Listen, we
entire
need to we
year.
need to sidebar because this is not cheap, right? So even
Mhm.
like as a founder, I work full time in my business, and that's very critical, especially to investors. Like they want to see that you're all in. And luckily, my husband and I have had a couple of other ventures really work well for us. So I'm able to work full time building my beauty kit, but listen, like being self-funded and funding, my monthly revenue, month over month is it's not easy.
Right.
So, yes, I'm all about the grants. I'm all about other people's money, and I'm all about us positioning our brands to, take on dilutive and non-dilutive capital, and that's by way of grants or if you're going after VCs.
Yep, absolutely.
Mhm.
Let's get
Mhm.
these coins, y'all. Let's get
Yes,
the
girl.
coins.
Yes.
So are you still operating the beauty print too?
Okay, so the Beautyprint, I won't say that we're not operating, but the Beautyprint was really designed so that I can provide education to beauty pros.
Hmm.
So I haven't actively gone after building the pro community inside of the Beautyprint, but definitely the Beautyprint is still alive and well. And what I love about the Beautyprint, again, I've been here for 20 years. Like I've had such a phenomenal. I'm on my third career in beauty, I like to say. I started out as a freelance makeup artist, then I went into corporate beauty. Now I am on this side with beauty tech. I want to be able to share as much as I can with beauty pros who are entering the space. And listen, I do a lot of work in high school. There are so many up and coming beauty pros that is
Yeah.
their goal to enter the beauty space.
Yeah.
But it's my goal to teach them not just to be great, beauty trades men and women, but to also be really phenomenal business people, to really understand the world of,
Mhm.
distribution and ownership, and, really building a career that last beyond, your knees and your back,
Yeah.
like really,
Yes.
building something phenomenal. So I love this space. So the Beauty Print was created to give back to pros who are looking to start or scale their careers. So yes, it's
Yeah.
available. You can join at any point. There's not a set enrollment period. And once you join, you just jump right in. There's a library of resources. We have weekly meetups where we talk
Wow.
through pain points and successes and opportunities in the space. So yeah, it's still there, and I'd love to see more beauty pros come join us.
Yeah. So it's like a membership.
It is, yeah.
Got you. That's so exciting. Oh my God. So how are you structuring, how do you go about structuring your days and
Mm,
doing all of these things? You do so much. So like, cause I mean, I don't know how many times I have tried to like make a schedule for myself, like a time block, like, okay, on these days I'm gonna do this and this. It literally never really works. Like I have the time block, but I don't know, maybe it's the discipline part.
distracted.
I don't know if it's the discipline part, but it's like I feel like there's so many moving parts to what you do and what I do that I'd be like, okay, how do I structure like my days? I would love to know how you go about fitting everything into your week and making sure you get things done.
So one thing I always tell people when I'm asked that question, like you have to know you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first and foremost, I know that I'm a morning person and I'm
Me too.
super productive in the morning. If
Got you.
you catch me after 7, honey,
It
mm-mm.
ain't getting done.
Like nothing, there's nothing too spectacular happening in the evening from Shay Bailey. So I know that I'm a morning person. So, and I know I'm a morning person and I know what makes me feel good, right? So to be honest, it makes me feel good to take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I take care of what I need to take care of for my family, whether that be washing a couple of loads of clothes, planning out dinner, making sure all of my girls get off to school okay, making sure, if my husband asks me, hey, like, have you seen this file or this paperwork? That I get all of those things situated before I dive into my day. But that
Mm-hmm.
could be different for everyone else. So I have a ton, literally almost before 8 a.m. I have probably, washed a load or two. I've planned dinner and I've taken care of some of these small things for my household. That way, once the girls are gone to school, once my husband has gone to his office, I can dive into my beauty kit and not feel guilty. So
Yeah.
that's what makes me feel good. Then once I dive in, I do have to be disciplined because I'm I'll see something on Instagram and dive down a rabbit hole, or I'll start, 3 or 4 things at one time and go, okay, can you actually finish some of this before starting
Right.
it?
Right.
So once I start, I do have to be disciplined. And I use like the old school, like Franklin Covey. I don't even know if people even talk about Franklin Covey anymore, but big
What's that?
rocks, right? So I try to move the big rocks first, the things that I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do because
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm gonna do certain things, right? Like I know, I don't know. I know I'm gonna go on Instagram, right? So
Mm-hmm.
why try to intake that later versus like starting my day on Instagram? So a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
I post and ghost throughout the day. I'll post something, then I walk away from it throughout the day, and I don't come back until 7 o'clock when I'm plastered on the couch and I can't get
Yeah.
up. Then I'll do like my scrolling. So
Got
it's all about knowing you and planning your day based on what makes you feel good and productive.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I just feel like it's so much to do. My to-do list just be growing. I take stuff off, add more, take it off. I just be like,
Same. Mine is a living document in my phone.
yeah, it's a rolling.
And I had to move to like a digital like process
Mm-hmm.
because I love paper planners. Like I used to be a huge paper planner person,
Mm-hmm.
but as my girls got older and as, my personal life got busier, I had to share a family calendar with my family. So it made sense that I moved to digital. So,
Yeah.
my notes and everything and my phone is like critical.
Yeah. Do you have like a separate workspace in your house to kind of like separate yourself from like the living room or your bedroom where you actually get your work done?
So I do have an office in my house. I'm here now, but I don't get a lot done here. It just does not work for me. So I actually like sitting in the kitchen. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why. So, but I'm home by myself. So I sit in the kitchen, I spread everything out,
Yeah.
I get stuff done. I have my little snacks, my coffee, like I'm ready to rock and roll. So that's sort of my dedicated workspace. But I will tell you this, if anyone works from home, I get more done if I leave home.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, it is a luxury to be able to be at home all day, but to be honest, like I have a membership at like a club for female and non-binary founders, and when I
Oh,
go there, I get so much done. That's because
yeah.
we're all whistling while we work. Right? We're socializing, we're having a little tea, we're having a little, piece of pie or whatever is on the
Yeah.
menu that day, but we're all working. So I do get more done when I'm not at home.
It's like a social club,
It is. It has a little social element to it, right? Like I
like
always run
co-working.
into somebody either I know that or I've been trying to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always. But yeah, it's casual and it gives you space to talk and meet with other founders. That's super cool. Or you can sort of, go in a room solo or go in like they have these little like telephone booths if you need to take a call. So you could totally work independent or you can work out in the open with everyone else.
I need to look into that. I've gone like to, the coffee shop type of vibe before just to get out of the house, but I think that kind of environment would be cool too.
It is cool. And what's different than a coffee shop, when you go somewhere that's designated co-working spaces, they also have programming. So the programming is really, rich and fruitful. Again, you get to see, the common people over and over. So you develop like soft relationships with them. So then if there's
Yeah.
ever an ask, it doesn't seem weird.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
so I like it for that as well.
Yeah, I'm big on networking and building those relationships authentically. I'm really,
Yes.
really big
Yes.
on that. That's how majority of everything that's happened in the beauty industry for me has come from networking, just building relationships and people putting me in position and things just happening,
Mhm.
jobs and all types of stuff.
Yes,
Yeah, for
yes.
sure. You have to tell us about the Be Beautiful project too. I told y'all she's into a lot. I don't know where she gets the energy from, but she's into a lot.
Oh my gosh. So the Be Beautiful project started because as wonderful as our industry is and how great it looks on social media, at the end of the day, beauty is not equitable. You
Mm,
have whole demographics of people who cannot afford beauty products, who cannot access beauty products. Even, I'm Detroit born and raised, and I remember I used to think at one point, I can't even tell you how many MAC locations in Metro Detroit, and none of them had a Detroit zip code, right? So that just shows you, and again, that's just one example.
hmm
There really isn't tangible beauty for certain demographics. So I as much as I love like the glamour and all the things that come along with the industry, a lot of times things can be heartbreaking when you see girls going to school and being teased because of their lip gloss they have or lack thereof, or because they don't know, how to maintain and practice proper self-care. Like it's something
hmm
that's completely unacceptable as it pertains to like my values and my viewpoint on what people should have access to. So I started going into schools and working with organizations, really teaching beauty and self care habits. So that I can't even tell you like how many young girls and just young students in general, because it's not exclusive to young girls, have really
Mm.
benefit from just hearing, oh, this is a proper routine, or this is where you can get products, or these are ingredients that you should look for as it pertains to your particular needs. And I've had some amazing beauty partners step in and donate products so that I can create hygiene kits, or I can create, beauty look kits. That's where I
Yeah.
put, fun stuff in it, because it's not all about, soap and deodorant. Sometimes they want the latest and greatest. They want the cutesy products too, right?
Right,
It shouldn't
right.
just be exclusive to the families who have the disposable income. So I work with several beauty organizations that pour into the Be Beautiful Project by donating products. And I have several businesses that just say, how can I help? Right.
Mm.
So they'll sponsor an event. And through that sponsorship, I'll go out and buy the products that are needed to create the kits for the attendees. So that has been it's work that I've done for a long time. I just gave it an official name last
Mm.
year.
Okay.
And this year, next year, coming up on 25, I think that we'll actually move into it being an official nonprofit, because it's something that's so necessary.
Hmm.
So yeah, stay tuned. But my beauty kit is leading the initiative. So as long as you're following along with what's happening with my beauty kit, you'll see the work we're doing in the community through the Be Beautiful project.
I don't know why I'm getting teary-eyed. What is wrong with me? I just feel like, because I was going to ask you if it was a nonprofit, but it's a really wonderful thing that you're doing. Like,
Mhm.
and it's inspiring me so much because I want to start a nonprofit. That's one of my next goals for 2025 is to start a nonprofit, not only to benefit like beauty pros, but also to go out and do some community work with young ladies and, women who need,
Mhm.
'cause girl, when you said they don't have access to beauty products, I'm over here like, can y'all come and get this stack of stuff
Yeah,
that I
like
got
look
over
at all the things we have. And to be honest, people look at me today and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Shay, you have all the things, you have all the
here?
beauty products, you this." Like, I'm that girl that came from a family that did not have disposable income for me to have my own personal body wash, or this my own special soap, or my own,
And we
like
take those things for
literally
granted.
our
Like,
whole household used what was in the household because that was the need at the time. Like, we didn't
mhm,
have the money for me to go out and start, shopping at Ulta. So I was not a Sephora kid by any
yep,
means
yep.
necessary. It took for me to work at MAC for me to even be a MAC girl. I think my first time even having MAC products, I was in college, you know?
Hmm.
So now I really think, because we've eliminated Toys R Us, now the
That's
kids, I'm
their
telling you,
playground.
they're going straight from toys to makeup. And I'm
That's
saying it
so
like, I
good.
have a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, and an 8-year-old. Who
Hmm.
asked to go to Sephora more?
Probably the 8-year-old.
The 8-year-old, right? So
Uh,
I think it's because we've eliminated the toy stores. They go
right.
straight from like, oh, Santa's gonna bring me a Barbie dream house, to let's go to Sephora.
Scenty lip gloss.
Exactly, exactly. So, I look at that, and it reminds me of growing up and just not having it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm that girl, like, I'm not coming at this from, a lens of not being able to relate or understand. Like, I am that girl whose family could not afford all of this access, like we didn't have it. So, I understand that great divide that happens really at the middle school level, where you
Hmm.
have like this idea of the girls who have it and the girls that don't. And
Yeah,
you'll be surprised how much girls are teased, mocked, and made to feel less than based on a freaking lip gloss.
that is crazy. Wow. It's crazy because I grew up like so I want to say sheltered, but I grew up going to like all African centered private schools up until I went to high school. So at those schools,
Mm,
that wasn't a thing because we couldn't even wear nail polish. We had to wear natural hair, like no makeup.
wow.
So it wasn't until I went to high school that I started to experiment with those things. So I would see the girls with like at the time it was like the cover girl. I forget the name of like CG smoothers or something. It was like all types
Yes.
of different things. I was like, well, I want to try that. Like that's when my eyes got open to like, ooh, that I want to try that gloss because she got that, and like things like that. I wanted to ask you too, how did you learn how to pitch to companies in order to get products and services, sponsorship, and all of that stuff?
So I how did I learn how to pitch?
Is it
Really, like
natural?
what's in it for them, right? So all of these big, massive organizations, they all have a community impact leg, right? They all
Hmm.
have that baked into their vision and their mission and value set as a company. So I started to pitch to that vertical, right?
Yes,
Like
that.
I want to speak to your community impact people. Like what are because they all have products, allocated, even money allocated for these sorts of initiatives. So I just position my pitch to align with community impact so
Hmm.
that I wasn't competing with, these massive B2B relationships they can be creating. Like really, I'm boots on the ground in Detroit. There's so many consumers that need you and
Hmm.
could end up being future consumers if they only had access to a few of your products. How can you help?
Yeah, yeah, I
Hmm.
love that. Y'all gotta get it. I feel like you're just such a go-getter. I hope y'all are getting inspired because for real, I feel like you just go for it. Like you have an idea, you have your mission, you have your why, and you're just like, I'm going to get to the
You
more
know what I say? I
big
even tell my girls this, if not
opportunities.
you, who? Right? Like
Mhm,
80% of all, I think this is the right statistic, 80% of all billionaires from ideas have happened in our lifetime.
mm.
So it's like, what if Steve Jobs didn't go after Apple?
Right.
Like what if Mark Zuckerberg said, "Oh yeah, whatever with Facebook," right? Like what if these people didn't go after their idea and go all in, right? We wouldn't
Mhm,
have some of the brands. Literally, think about this. Everything from Amazon to Apple to Facebook or Meta, we use these things in our life on a daily basis. Most.
mhm.
So what if they just said, no, it's too hard, or I don't know, I
We're done
can't
here.
figure it out. Right? Like so that statistic really helps me go hard, right? Like
Mhm.
if not me, who?
It'd just be somebody else because ideas. I feel like no, we don't lack ideas. It's just like the execution. So somebody else is thinking about it and trying to figure out how to execute it while you like I'm gonna execute it like right now. So
Yeah,
don't
let's
think
just
about it
do
too
it.
hard. Just do it. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Have you thought about what you want your legacy to be? I'm sure you have with all the stuff that you're doing.
I really want to be, first off, I want to show how impactful beauty is and can be. So I want my legacy to be when the story is told about my life. I wanted to say, man, look at how Shay really put beauty on the map in so many different ways, right? I want up and coming artists, up and coming beauty pros, up and coming beauty industry professionals in general to really feel proud about their career choice and feel as though they can make like a massive change based on some of the small crumbs that I've laid throughout my career. Because people still ask me because I have my degree, like, oh, like, is it worth it? Like, should I'm like, absolutely. I've been doing this for 20
What
years
you
and
get your
I'm
degree in?
communications.
Oh yeah, you did say okay, yeah.
Yes, yes. So I wouldn't change this for anything. How many of us get to wake up every day and say we are doing and working in the industry that we want to work in? No, no qualms about it. And I get to
Yeah.
say that about working in the beauty space.
Yes, I love that. So is there anything that's coming up next that you can share? I know you talked about the partnership by the end of the year with the hair company. Anything else?
So the biggest thing is the new features being dropped into my beauty kit. Literally, even when we hang up, I'm going straight into a call about features that'll be deployed in 25. So make sure you're following my beauty kit. You can follow us over all of our social handles are my beauty kit brand, and through my beauty kit and through just bringing awareness for the upcoming features, we'll have a few live activations happening. So
Ooh.
you'll see like these events popping up in your city
Yeah.
that are my beauty kit driven events that give you a beauty experience, if you will. So stay tuned. You'll see some of those coming to big cities through by way our partnerships we have. So yeah,
Are
just
you coming
super
to
excited.
DC?
So just stay with us. Listen, when I tell you I love DC, my daughter's looking at college in DC.
Okay.
Listen, I'm obsessed with DC, and the beauty scene in DC is where it's at, like literally. So yes.
You gotta come to DC. We love
Yes.
we're on the scene here. So well, before you go, I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. I barely be wanting to let my guests go. I just want to talk to y'all all day. Like it's just too good, but we're connected now. So before I
Yes.
let you go, I had to ask you the Friends of Beauty rapid fire questions. If
Okay.
you need to elaborate, that's fine. So the first one is, what are the top three keys to your success so far?
Mm. Top three, a great support system around me.
Mhm.
Um, Confidence in being who I want to be, no matter what the popular trend is at the time. Like I love being Shay. And oh my gosh, really learning how to manage my finances.
Yeah, that's so essential. That's so essential. Oh my
Listen.
gosh.
So those are the three.
Okay, second one, how do you measure your success?
Oh my gosh, I'm not even nowhere near where I want to be. So I'm gonna give it a 5 because
A
I'm
five.
on my way. I'm on my way, right?
Oh my God. But how do you measure it? Like, is it by like
Oh, how do
money?
I?
Is it like how
I
you make
measure
people
it. First
feel?
off, I trust my gut, right? If something makes me feel good, it's good. Like no matter what anyone else is saying. I also trust that support system around me. So I have some people in my life that give it to me straight. So, I take it, even if I drop a little like baby tear, I take
Yeah.
it and I implement the feedback and I keep moving forward. So I measure my success, one, based on my personal gut, and two, my trusted support system around me.
Yeah, you gotta reevaluate that five. You're more than a five, girl. I understand
Listen,
what you mean
I'm
because I
trying to be, I'm trying to get invited to, Paris Fashion Week and have like, VIP treatment as a beauty expert, like
you
I have
got
some big goals. So that's why the
it.
five, the
I
five is,
get it.
is there.
I get it from the Aquarius mind gets it. I swear I do. What is the best advice you've ever received, or like a piece of advice that's just like always stuck with you?
The best advice I've ever received. Oh my gosh, there's so much great advice. I always go back to this, and this goes back to me saying like I love being Shay, is someone telling me when I first started my entrepreneurial journey, like the world needs you.
Hmm.
So, it's that whole thing of not trying, because I hear so many entrepreneurs say that they look at other people on social media and it makes them beat themselves up. They feel like they should be further along. Why isn't this happening for them? Like, they measure themselves by what they see other people doing in their career and their life. And
Yeah.
really, like, the universe created you to be you, right? So you shouldn't measure yourself against anyone else. The best thing you can do is just wake up every day and be you, and the opportunities that are meant for you will naturally draw or find their way to you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What advice would you give to another beauty tech owner right now who is just struggling and they're just like, I'm just about to go back to doing
Listen,
makeup.
stay the course. Okay. One, beauty is growing double digit year over year, right? So the industry is on fire. It's not going anywhere. So you're in the right space. Two, the beauty tech industry is so new. It's in its infancy. So we are like, we're the freshman class, right? So we have so much opportunity to blow this industry up so that when we're, at our senior year and we're graduating out, we'll have so many new beauty tech founders coming in behind us that we can mentor, guide, and just really lay out the red carpet for. So if you're a beauty tech founder and you're like scratching your head going like, what the heck is going on? It's normal because we're building things that have never been built before.
Right.
So don't ever shortchange yourself. You're building something with absolutely no blueprint.
Y'all are the prototype.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that is so true. Wow. What what is a resource that helps you in your business that you can share with the friends and beauty community?
A resource. So I'm all about data. Like I absolutely, like I'm obsessed. Like I just printed out this 2025 global beauty and wellness. Like I'm just all about like data driven, because data helps you not make emotional decisions. So I say get on mailing lists that send out data driven metrics, whether it be on a weekly or a monthly basis. I love like the National Purchase Diary. I love, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of some of the ones that I absolutely love. I'm like losing my train of thought, but get on mailing lists that give you actual beauty information, and get off of some of the social networks a little bit and work your way over to LinkedIn. Here's why. LinkedIn, that's where the decision makers are. That's where the people
Okay.
are, right? That's not, you don't have social media companies essentially ideally running someone's LinkedIn. Yes, they may help with some posting and things like that, but LinkedIn is where if the actual person is accessible, they're on LinkedIn.
Wow.
Okay, they're not like on their Instagram. Okay, so I have had way more success being vocal and present on LinkedIn than I've had on in any other social media platform. So, and you learn your industry, right? So you're seeing all of the posts about things that are coming up. You're learning about these various platforms that you should join. So get over on LinkedIn if you're not already. Build your voice and your presence there.
Wow. So are you actually like posting on there on your feed?
Oh yeah, like I am. LinkedIn is like my jam. It's my first like social media I check every morning.
What? See, I need to you're not the first person that talked about LinkedIn. I need to just take y'all advice and
And
get on
it's
it.
all the fuss is gone, right? Like, listen, I love me a good Instagram. I'm still an Instagram girl, even though everybody's like moved on to TikTok. I'm really trying with TikTok again. Say a
Yeah,
little
I'm not a
baby prayer
TikTok
for me.
yet.
But LinkedIn is the information, like it's where the pros are. So I absolutely, if you're not there, get on it now.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you heard Shay. So the last one is just a statement that I want you to repeat and just say, my name is blank, Shay. And the key to longevity and success is blank,
Mm,
whatever you think it is. So my name is blank, and the key to longevity and success is.
okay. My name is Shay, and the key to longevity and success is authenticity. Just
Ooh,
be yourself.
authenticity. I love
You're
it.
gonna draw in the people that love you. So just be
Yes.
yourself.
Just be yourself. Oh my God, before you go, please share like your social media information again and how people could download the app or however you want people to continue to connect with you and follow the journey.
Okay, awesome. So first and foremost, download the app. It is on iOS and Android. My Beauty Kit Mobile is the app. So My Beauty Kit Mobile, download it there. My personal Instagram is where I like to have the most fun. So because I feel like we sort of connected here, let's start with my personal Instagram, which is I am Shay Bailey. I am Shay Bailey. Start there, and then you'll be able to connect with my other brands and my other initiatives. But start on my personal IG and go from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Shay. I'm so excited about everything that you're going to continue to do because I know it's going to happen because of the drive that you have. So I'm really excited to just see how everything continues to unfold 2025 and beyond, for real.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited for you to have me. I've literally followed you for so many years. And I thought a couple of times, like, I wonder how can I get on that podcast? So the fact that we're here, this is another like feel good affirmation. Like I must be on the right track.
Yes, absolutely, for sure.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, hashtag Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.